Good evening and welcome to tonight's ICRC broadcast. Tonight we have the home Milford Lady Eagles against the visiting Madera Amazons. Tonight's game comes from the Nest here at Milford High School. My name is Mike Lorienti and my partner for tonight's broadcast is Chris Benatendi. This is a non-league game, but these two schools, Chris, are about 15 miles apart, so there is a little bit of rivalry here. I'm sure some of these girls have either played against or played on the same team in some of the summer leagues, some of the off seasons.
Well, a little unknown fact, maybe, Mike, for some of the folks that are watching might remember back in the 80s, actually, Madera and Milford, same league, Eastern Hills League.
All right, that's a little bit of trivia.
There you go.
Milford comes into tonight's game with a 4 wins against 6 losses overall, and they're 1-5 in the ECC. Madera has the same record, overall record of 4-6. But is 1-4 in the CHL, which is the Cincinnati Hills League. And coincidentally, Chris, last year's Madera came up on top on the score, winning 45-36. So Milford's looking for a little bit of payback. Let's talk about the teams here first,
sure.
All right, Chris? I'll take Milford. Milford is coached by David Follis. This so happens to be David's first year here at Milford. Prior to Milford, he spent over 10 years at Bethel Tate. And he had a very impressive record, regular season record, and made quite a few runs into the postseason in both the sectional and the district tournaments. Some of the key players for Milford are Asia Williams. Asia's 5th in the league in the ECC, averaging just a little over 12 points a game. Paige Ayler is 5th in the league in field goal percentage, averaging 6.5 points in a game. And Abby Thuroff, I think she's out of tonight's game tonight, Chris. She's 2nd in the ECC in 1.8 blocks and averaging 5.4 points per game. Chris, what about the Madera Amazons?
Well, Mike, you mentioned that both teams are 4-6, and that's kind of where the similarities end. The team that Milford played last year is vastly different than the team they're playing this year. This year's club averaged about 34 points a game. Last year they averaged about 50. In great part because the Amazons graduated their all-time leading scorer last year in Mary Englert, a player who scored over 1,600 points, as well as Coach Klein's youngest daughter, Marin, who chipped in about 12 a game. So all told, they lost about 60-70% of their scoring. Coach Klein took over the program 2 years ago, and he's had back-to-back 20-win seasons on the heels of a previous 20-win season. So the Amazons are used to winning. This year's team, again, you mentioned their conference record and overall record. Coach Klein's trying to find some consistency really on the offensive end. Their top player right now is Cameron Stallworth, a senior who averages about 9 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, 1 assist a game. Their second player that is a sophomore, Carly Scott, who's unable to be here tonight, and that may be a problem for the Amazons because Carly's about a 5'11 sophomore, and the team is not otherwise very big.
Yeah.
So it could be a tough night without Carly Scott.
And that's 8 points a game she's been averaging through the first 10 games of the season.
Right.
Well, listen, that's why you lace them up, play between the lines. The score 0-0, and you see what happens. But nevertheless, I think we should be in for an entertaining game tonight. We'll see how it plays out. Again, 15 miles apart from these two schools. There's a little bragging rights going on here. We're just a few minutes from tip-off. We have the introductions of the starting lineup, so we'll just sit back and let you listen. Actually, we're going to have the national anthem here. Looks like that national anthem is going to be sung by Tony Gentry.
You made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
Baisley with the rip. Dean Lowry, you got to load that one up. Hey.
Oh, got a little wink action there.
Hey. And set. The Warriors in the state final.
Tony Gentry. Great job there by Tony Gentry singing the national anthem. Chris, we're just a few seconds away from tip-off. We got starting lineups being introduced here.
You know, Mike, it's going to be interesting how Coach Klein coaches this game, given the disadvantage height-wise. Do you press the pace? Do you press and get the ball up the court, or do you slow the game down?
Well, you talk about height, Chris, and we look at Milford because Milford, one of their key players, Abby Thuroff, is going to be out tonight. She's a 5'11 freshman. I'm sorry, she's a 5'11 junior. So it looks like Carly Dusing, number 33, might have to pick up that slack somewhere in the middle of that lineup.
And now, introducing for your Milford Eagles.
I should mention, Mike, that on the schedules that Milford and Madera have one common opponent this year, Anderson High School, where Milford lost by a point, looks like here at the Nest, and Madera, the Amazons, lost over to Anderson by 37 points. So on paper, it may not look like it might be a highly competitive game, but as you mentioned, Mike, that's why we play.
That's why you play. But you know what? That's in the past. You can't change what's happened. So we'll just we'll see what's going to happen here. Again, want to thank ICRC TV for coming out here to the Nest here in Milford. It's always a pleasure to be part of the team here. So thanks to Josh in the booth and the guys on the camera. We'll be ready to go here in a minute. Got a decent crowd here tonight, Chris.
Yes, we do. And they're playing 70s music right up your alley.
That's right, right in my sweet spot. So if I start singing, you know that something hit home there. All right, jumping center for Milford, we got number 33, Carly Dusing, and number 20 for Madera.
Cameron Stallworth.
That's opening tip is controlled by the Eagles. And of course, Asia Williams will handle the ball for the Eagles.
And the Amazons have been playing a lot of zone, Mike, so far this year, and they're in a zone tonight, starting out.
Well, without their big person in the middle, that's probably what they're going to have to do, Chris. First shot is off, rebound Milford up and in. Looks like that bucket was put up there by Dusing, number 33, so Milford breaks the seal, and they're up 2-0.
Amazon's already feeling the effect of Carly Scott, but not being in the middle.
Yeah. Milford's going to press. Asia Williams, she there's good hands, almost knocked the ball away.
Greta Davis was a nice move.
She had a good look at that basket, Chris. Just missed it. Here comes Williams, bringing it up court real quick. Bounce pass in the corner. 2 off the rim, no good. Williams knocked that ball away, got it back to number 35, Paige Ayler for 3.
Mike, you can already see Milford scored 2 buckets already, both after offensive rebounds.
Yeah. Well, that's not having that height in the middle to be able to block out. Milford's going to press until the Amazons are going to show that they can beat it. They're going to press it. Long 3, no good. Rebound number 10, Caitlin Geis for the Eagles.
See, those are the shots that the Amazons are going to have to hit.
Yeah, they're going to have to make those.
From the perimeter, because they likely will not get a whole lot inside.
You don't make those, it's going to be a long, long night for the Amazons. Milford moving the ball around pretty good. Stays in Williams' hands. She cross court, passes it to Benz. Benz in the corner. Williams with the ball. She's calling out a play. Over on the left side to Geis. Geis dribbles over in the corner. Long 3 off the rim, no good. Again, another offensive rebound. There's Williams for a 3. Boom. 8-0. I'm thinking the coach is going. Yeah,
there it
perfect
is.
timeout.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, he had to call timeout. Milford is just more aggressive on the ball. They're getting open shots. You know, it all. We'll see a replay of the 2 threes coming up here. Here's the second replay of the 3 made by Williams. We got 5:36 to go in the first period. Milford's already up 8-0.
Must be something in the water over here, Mike, because in the JV game, I think the JV team hit about 8 3-pointers, and now the varsity club's already hit 2.
Well, I think Madeira might want to come over here and steal some of this water then. But
might be a good idea.
After that timeout, Amazon with the ball. There's a long 3 off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound Williams, she's going to take it all the way, laid up.
She's quick.
She's quick, lays it up and in.
You know, honestly, Mike, the Amazons have broken the press. That's not been a factor at all. They're just missing shots.
Yeah. You know, when you don't have your top scorer, that's somewhat of a crutch sometimes that you can go to. Know that in crunch time, your scorer can get you a basket. When they don't have that, it's tough. Jump ball. Arrow goes to the Amazons.
It'll be interesting, Mike, if the Amazons score whether they press. Because, again, sometimes when you're small, you can use it to your advantage.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. Oh, there's a long 3. No good. That shot was taken by I can't see that.
Naomi
was number 24.
Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons.
Who's been inserted in the starting lineup tonight, Mike. There's another
Offensive
one.
rebound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see Coach Fallis for Milford is already telling his players to kind of come back a little bit and maybe not do that full press. Needless to say, Madeira looking for their first points.
They've had some decent looks. They just haven't converted.
Halfway through the first period, there's a turnover. Caitlin Geist bringing the ball up for the Eagles. Over to Williams on the left side. She's bringing it top court, calling out a play. Over in the left side to Benz. She takes a shot off the front of the rim. Rebound. There you go.
Kayla Bird.
There you go. There's a rebound.
Well,
a rebound for the Amazons.
Here's the thing, Mike. All 5 players for Madeira, they have to rebound.
Yeah.
Kayla's a guard. She's got to get in there. Everybody has to go after the ball.
We got a timeout on the court. We got our first substitution of the night.
Junior
Stalwart.
Molly. I think it's Molly McGuire. Yeah, Cameron Stallworth out.
Yep.
Junior Molly McGuire in the game for the Amazons.
It's interesting, Chris. They're taking out their leading scorer with 9 points a game, substituting her. It's an interesting decision. I know everybody needs a break, but we've got a couple substitutions for the Eagles. Number 3, Allie Kirk coming in, and looks like number 14, Caitlin Winscombe for the Eagles.
Throw it right to the post. There it is.
Yeah.
Very good.
Take it in. Oh, nice pass into the middle. Good ball movement by the Amazons. Got it taken away. Here comes Williams.
Nice
left-handed.
move.
Oh, almost. Left hand up, no good. Rebound. Here comes the Amazons. See if they take it down. Watch out. Yeah, I could see that coming all the way down there, Chris. You got to watch her from front and behind.
Oh, little skip, little hop there. They missed. Kayla Bird with her second rebound.
Here comes it. Oh, she traveled. You know, the Amazons had a couple good looks right down here, Chris. Just, again, same old story, right?
Well, it's one of those things,
Can't get the
Mike.
ball in the bucket.
This is kind of developing like that game over at Anderson did when they couldn't throw it in the ocean.
Yeah.
Anderson was bigger and stronger. They were actually hitting a lot of shots. And right now, they're just struggling to score.
Well, they just need to break that seal, Chris. Here comes Williams bringing it up court. Madeira staying in that zone defense. Looks like they're 2-3 zone. It's a long 3 by Williams. Off the back of the iron and no good. Rebound, Dusing lays it up. No good. Rebound, Madeira. Looks like we got a foul. Foul's going to be on Allie Kirk. That's her first foul.
See, number 2 for the Amazons, Mia Wyrick, is checked into the game, Mike. Of course, the folks in Madeira recognize the name because one of the greatest athletes ever in school history graduated in 2013, John Michael Wyrick.
John Michael Wyrick, absolutely. Know the name well, know the family well. Great family.
Maybe
Kim and John Michael and the whole clan.
Cameron Stallworth back in the game is Greta Davis.
No good. Rebound Ayler for the Eagles. There's another long 3. Good. Morgan Hills gets on the board. It's now 15-0 in favor of the Eagles with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Chris, I guess I could say maybe didn't expect this. 15-0. I would have thought the Amazons would have fallen the basket by now.
Well, good pass. I mean, this is where they struggle scoring.
Yeah.
And if you can't score consistently, then you'll really struggle throughout the game.
Good ball moving by the Eagles.
Sure was.
I think the referees are going to let this thing go here. You know, unless it's going to be a pretty obvious foul, I think they're going to let the girls play, rightfully so.
I think so.
Turnover goes to the Amazons.
Last time down the floor, it looked like the Lady Eagles were in a 1-3-1 zone. At least right now they're set up in a 2-3.
Yeah, they're backing off that full court press. Look like there's something on the court down there on the far side. Chris, see that on the court?
I see that.
Surprised the referees haven't seen that. Nevertheless, game continues. Wyrick with the ball, passes down over to the right side, back to Wyrick. Top of the key, gets it in the middle. Let's go, get it in there, no good. Rebound Williams.
Oops.
And there's a foul. Wyrick was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's her first foul. Looks like that's the team's first foul. 1 minute and 2 to go in the quarter.
I was looking, Asia Williams is a sophomore.
Yeah.
But she has a bright future.
Yes, she does.
No question.
Right.
Terrific.
Yeah, she's 5'1", sophomore. She's does a real good job handling that rock.
The shot looks good.
Yeah. She's going to get her first break of the night. Looks like Allie Kirk's going to be managing that ball for the Eagles. Over cross court to Benz. She takes it in the middle, passes it back to Kirk. Kirk cross court over there to number 11. Morgan Hills for another 3.
I think that's the 4th one of the night,
Yeah,
Mike.
she is hot.
I see Madeira's best shooter from 3 is checked into the game with the ball right now, Sarah Hicks. So maybe she can get loose for a 3.
She's just checking into the game now. Hicks, there's an ill-advised pass, cross court, stolen by Winscombe. She lays it up and in.
I'm not sure Mia sees the clock.
Madeira,
Nice move by Paige
that'll
Meyer.
be the last shot. After one period, Chris, it's the Milford Eagles, Lady Eagles 20, the Madeira Amazons 0. We'll be back here. We're going to get the first half statistics. We know what that's going to look like, unfortunately.
Participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the
All right,
game.
here we are. We're back here at the home of the Milford Eagles, Lady Eagles. Just beginning the second quarter. Chris, if you want to, when we get a chance, you can just call out some of the highlights for the Eagles. Unfortunately, not much for the Amazons.
Well, one thing that jumps out at me that Milford's, well, they've had 22 shots now. They're 9 for 22, but they're 4 for 8 from 3 with 1 turnover.
Yeah.
Right, so they're shooting the ball well. The Amazons, on the other hand, they're 0 for 7. So you have 21 shots versus 7. The Amazons had 7 turnovers and obviously didn't score in that quarter.
Yeah. Let's see what they just got to get one basket to just kind of break that.
And the rebound, 15 to 5.
Yeah, see, they had 3 girls right underneath the basket, and now they're fighting for a jump ball. And the arrow possessions the Amazons. The leading scorers is not unexpected. The leading scorers for Milford, Ayer had 5, and Asia Williams had 5.
Yeah, it looks like Morgan Hills had 6.
Oh, she was the leading
Right.
scorer.
Yeah, 2 threes. Allie
Kirk misses it. Offensive rebound by was that Morgan Hills again. Gonna get calling her name a lot out tonight.
Right. She came in off the bench, didn't she, Mike?
Yes, she did. Milford's going into a man-to-man defense.
Yeah, it might be that 1-3-1 zone.
Okay.
And they played that in the JV game as well. And typically what you see is you have a 2-guard front against a 1-3-1.
There's a shot.
Cameron.
No good. Gets her own rebound. Nope. Another good look. Just can't get that seal. Bounce pass stolen there by the Eagles. That's by Stallworth.
Good idea by Asia Williams.
Yeah.
I could see what she saw.
Yeah, she saw a lane there. A couple substitutions for the Eagles. Number 10 coming back into the game, Geis. And number 33, Carly Dusing.
You know, one thing that, and not that I watch a lot of Division I girls basketball, but you see a huge difference between Division I and a team that's 4 and 6, right?
Yeah, right.
You see a record's 4 and 6, Madera's 4 and 6, but I think even with Carly Scott here, this would be a major undertaking for the Amazons.
Yeah. Well, and Chris, you mentioned last year, the Amazons had a heck of a team, right?
They did. They did.
And they lost a lot of points.
Well,
and that's hard to replace.
It's hard to replace. See, normally they lose their all-time leading scorer. Coach Klein had hoped maybe 2 girls, maybe even 3 could replace her numbers. Not only scoring, she led them last year in rebounding with over 10, double-double, and assists.
Right.
So she was a terrific player, and not that that's unusual.
Right.
For any high school team to lose a great player the following year, you try to make up those numbers. It's tough to do.
Milford, great ball movement. They're really looking for that open shot and taking some time off the clock as well. Williams.
Nice crossover.
Nice crossover move. Dusing in the middle. She kicks it out over to the right side to Benz. She's top of the key to number 10, Geis. Milford's really taking their time. Good defense by the Amazons.
Yeah, they're playing hard.
Yep, there's no quitting that team. Almost a turnover, and it did touch the line.
You know, one final point on that, Mike, is that when you have a great player like Mary Engler, who they lost, you're asking girls that are on the team this year to do something they've really never done.
Yeah, they had her to go back to fall on.
Right. So
fall back on.
You look at Cameron Stallworth this year, averaging 9. Last year she averaged 4. So she's doubled her output. But that's still something she's not accustomed to.
Good ball movement by the Amazons. They just need to get that open shot. Stallworth. There you go. All right.
There you go, Cameron.
24-2. Stallworth gets on the board for the Amazons.
Well, she is their player.
Williams with the ball.
Mike, you know they have a run in them, right?
Yeah, they better have a run in them. It better be a big one. We got a timeout on the court.
See that? The Amazons score, and he's calling timeout.
They got to shut it down. They got to shut it down. 4:21 to go until halftime here at the Nest, the home of the Milford Eagles. Your Milford Eagles 24, the visiting Madera Amazon 2. Take a look at the shot here by Stallworth. getting on the board for the Eagles. Nice shot from the middle of probably about the foul line there.
And that's kind of her range, Mike. I wouldn't say she's a three-point shooter. She's probably a 35% shooter from the floor, from three-point range, probably in the low 20s. So that's kind of her game right there, that 10 to 12-footer.
Yeah, you talked about three-point shooting, Chris. Sarah Hicks, as you mentioned earlier, she comes into the game almost averaging almost 40%. So if the Amazons are going to cut into this lead, they got to get her hot.
They do.
Out of the timeout, Milford's ball. Williams with the ball, guarded up top of the key.
They switched their defense to man-to-man, Mike.
By Bird. There's Williams for three, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Deucing.
Sarah Hicks.
And there's a foul. Maybe not. Maybe she was going to steal the ball and stepped on the line. That's probably what that was. It's hard. We're at one end of the court, and they're all the way at the opposite end.
Oh, nice
Wilson.
pass.
Williams gets that ball. Offensive rebound by Deucing. Back to Kirk. Dribble drives, had to kick it back out. There's a shot good.
The thing you got to like about the Eagles, Mike, they take good shots. I mean, they work the ball around. I haven't seen them take too many bad shots.
You know, we talked during the pregame introductions about Coach Follis and the success that he had at Bethel Tate. And I'm telling you, if you go back and look at his record, he's got a nice resume. So he's obviously bringing some of that philosophy over here to the Milford Lady Eagles. And at least in this game, you're seeing some pretty good dividends so far.
I think he's probably found out in the first 10 games of his tenure here that the Southern Buckeye League is a little different than the Eastern Hills League.
I'm sure he's finding that out as well. Paige Meyer on the line. First one is off the back of the rim and no good. That's Milford's third foul. I didn't apologize. I didn't see who that foul was called on. Meyer on the line for a second. See if she can get one of the two.
Yeah, she shoots about 67% from the line.
So she should get this, and she does not. Rebound by Caitlin Winscombe. Here come the Eagles. 3:18 to go until halftime. Williams with the ball, dribble drives to the right side. Kicks it out to number 11 in the right corner to Hills. Hills dribble drives into the middle, passes out to the left side. Gets into the middle to Deucing. Deucing turns it over. Boy, Chris, she could have taken that up.
That's what I was thinking. She had position.
Oh, she had
Drop
position.
step either way, she's probably shooting a two-footer.
Yeah.
But give her credit. Trying to kick it out to an open shooter.
Ball stays with Madeira. Williams with the ball back in. Knocked away. Good defense there. Good hustle.
Yeah, good hustle by Paige Meyer.
Yeah, she knocked that away. Must have had that foot on that line there again. Milford stays with the ball. Milford's a little flat right here, Chris. Haven't scored in a while.
Well, you know, that happens sometimes when you get a big lead. Relax a little bit.
That's when teams get back into the game, though.
Oh, nice pass.
There's
Look at the passing.
long
Look at
three.
the passing.
Hills off the back of the
Coach
iron,
is-
no good. Good hustle by Williams. Boy, she hustled over there. Tried to throw it off of one of the Amazon. Unfortunately, it went off one of the Eagles. So Amazon ball coming this way.
I think I'm dating myself. I think I said the Eastern Hills League,
You did say that.
but it's the Eastern Cincinnati Conference.
Well,
There you have it.
I gave you a free pass on that one.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, the ECC is going to expand in a couple years. They're adding a couple more teams.
Paige Meyer, nice move.
Off the backboard, no good.
Did she-
Ball kept alive. Jump ball. His arrow possession goes to Milford. Yeah, Chris, I don't remember the teams that are joining the league, but it's going to be growing in 2020. I think that, yeah, thanks, Josh. I think it's Whitten Woods, Lebanon, and Little Miami will be joining the ECC. So it's going to be a big powerhouse of a league here in Cincinnati.
So it's currently 8.
Yep.
Go to 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Good move again.
Hills off the iron, no good. Rywick trying to chase it down unsuccessfully. No mistake in her. She looks just like her mother, Chris.
She sure does. Runs like John Michael as well.
Yeah. Caitlin Dusing's getting a well-deserved rest. She's putting in quite a bit of minutes tonight. Ayler replaces her. Got a minute and a half to go until halftime. Off the rim and in. Nice move by Caitlin Wiscombe. Milford up 26-2. Williams pressuring Wyrick with the ball. Wyrick gives it up to Stallworth. Stallworth took the shot, no good. Blocked by number 35, Ayler, but they'll stay possession with Madeira.
Notice Elise Bird has checked in for the Amazons, number 3. There it is.
There, nice. Oh, that looked like maybe she got a little bit of risk on that one. Here comes the Eagles.
I would concur, sir.
Yes. Off the front of the rim, no good by Ayler. Here come the Amazons. Fast break. Off the back, and a foul. Oh! Calling that a charge.
I give him credit. I think that was the right call. He missed the previous one.
I know.
And it had been very easy for him to call block, given
I
the
know.
score, but I think he might have gotten that one right.
I know.
I like the take, though, by Pagemeyer. I like the strong take
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Take it to the hoop. Try to change the mojo here. You know, the officials are out there doing the best that they can. I'm not one to criticize them because I'm part of that fraternity.
Is that your New Year's resolution for 2019?
I think if it's not, it's a good one. Turnover.
I'm not sure I'm buying it, Mike.
Turnover goes to the Amazons. Here they come. Milford's going to back it down. We're going to go to man-to-man for the last 30 or 40 seconds of the game, or the halftime. Wyrick dribbles in, has to pass it back out, back to Wyrick. She's going to bring it to the top of the key. Williams all over her.
Defense.
Wyrick, down to 25 seconds. Williams is relentless. There she goes. She stole the ball. Boy, she's got quick hands. Lays it up and in.
Yeah, it's one thing to talk about Madeira struggling scoring, but there's a big reason why.
Oh, my gosh.
They're playing really great defense.
Williams was relentless. She went from one side of the court all the way to the other side of the court, looked for an opening, knocked the ball out of the hands of the Amazon. And here we are at halftime, 30-2. Chris, all sports are about halftime adjustments.
Well, we better hope that Coach Klein has one in him tonight.
So to that point, I think as Coach Klein, you got to tell the girls, can't change the first half. Let's build on the second half, and you got a lot of more games the rest of the season, right? So you got to just use that as an approach versus thinking, quite honestly, that you're going to get back into this game.
No, they're not going to get back in this game, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You come out, you play a better second half,
Yeah.
and carry it over to the next game.
You got to. All right, we'll be back here in a few minutes after this commercial break. Again, my name is Mike Lorienti. I'm joined tonight by Chris Benatendi. We'll be back with the first half statistics and the second half action.
There's a nice feed by Hunter. And Baisley with the rip. Dean Lowry, you got to load that one up. Hey.
Oh, got a little wink action there.
Hey. And shot. The Warriors in the state final.
strawberries? Okay.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do it like that, Uncle Drew.
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard. I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
Hello?
All right, we're back here at the Nest here at Milford. We're going to start the third quarter action here. Again, it's the home Milford Lady Eagles 30, and then Madera Amazons 2. Chris, if you want to just a couple interesting statistics.
Well, highlights, Morgan Hills leads the Lady Eagles with 8 points. Paige Ayler, 8 rebounds. Carly Dusing, 6 rebounds, and overall the Lady Eagles 13 to 34. The Amazons, 1 of 11 from the field, 13 turnovers, 10 rebounds, all defensive.
All defensive rebounds, yeah. Third period just underway, Milford with the ball. Actually, I'm sorry, the Amazons have the ball underneath their own basket. Bird
You got to call that.
The ball is knocked away by the Eagles, and here comes Williams, takes it full court, lays it up and in.
I don't know if that was a good block or a good block, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know either, but nevertheless, like we talked about, I think the referees are going to let this play out. Stallworth with the ball, dribble drives, kicks it back out to the left side, gets it back over to number 4, Meyer. Meyer gets it to 24, 3.
Naomi Simmons with the
Naomi Simmons. Second basket of the night for the Amazons. Simmons' first 3 points.
Yeah, she's 6 of 23 for the year, so.
Amazons in man-to-man. Milford now on this end of the court where we're at. Williams dribble drives, thought about shooting it, pulled it back. Pass into the middle. Turnover by the Milford. Amazons get it. Seeing a little fire in the Amazons here, Ben.
I don't know what Jared said at halftime, but he hasn't playing right now.
There you go. Stallworth just took her eye off the ball, went right through her hands. Looks like she was getting ready to shoot it, and the ball didn't quite go in her hands. Turnover, Amazons, Milford with the ball. Williams bringing it up court. Amazons are going to press. Bird pressing Williams. Milford moving the ball like they have been all day around that perimeter. Trying to get it in the middle. Can't quite get it there. Another turnover by the Amazons.
Very difficult angle to make that bounce pass, Mike.
I know, but
Naomi Simmons again.
Ooh, off the back of the iron, no good. Williams with the rebound. I was going to say, if the Madera makes that basket, Coach Fallis, he might want to think about calling a timeout. Talk about that run. That could have been their run. She got away with the walk. Williams with the ball, top of the key. Nice crossover. Between the legs, showing some of those ball handling skills. Off the iron, no good. Here comes the Amazons.
Greta Davis.
She
handles the ball fairly well, Mike.
Getting a little sloppy there, Ben. They can't afford turnovers, down 27 points. Stallworth's going to have to start putting that ball up a little bit. Whoa. Got an open 3. There's a dribble drive, no good. Didn't even hit the rim. Here come the Eagles.
Nice move.
Nice move into the middle, off the back of the iron, and good. Paige Ayler. That's where that height came into play there, Chris.
Little pump fake.
Yep.
Drove hard.
5'7". She's only a freshman, too. A freshman seeing playing time on varsity. Very good.
Tell you what, Mike, though, in the JV game as well, they have a strong freshman class.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Tony Gentry earlier there, and he mentioned the exact same thing.
Naomi Simmons again, Mike.
There you go. Simmons with her second 3 of the night. She's got 6 points. Nice pass back out to Williams. Jay, Chris, she gets any kind of an open look at that basket, she's putting it up, and she came, she had, what did she have there? She had 5 points, or 7 points, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but look how active she was in the game, Mike. Not only the points, the passing, the steals.
Yeah, it all runs through her, no
Yes,
doubt
it
about
does.
it. Mass substitutions for both teams. Looks like Molly McGuire coming in for Madeira. I'm not sure if we called her name.
Yeah, she got a little bit of action there in the
PT.
rebound in the first half.
All right.
Mia Wyrick back in the game. Courtney Culp, a sophomore that has, as far as I know, not seen the floor this year at the varsity level. Very solid junior varsity player.
Madeira with the ball. Nice pass into the
There she
middle.
is.
Nice.
There she is, right there.
Nice.
See how strong she went to the bucket?
Yeah. Yeah.
What you have to like about that, if you're Coach Klein, she got the ball, turned over her left shoulder, put it into the chest of the Milford Lady Eagle,
That's
and went
right.
strong to the hoop.
Yeah.
Have we seen that play the whole game?
No.
And you get
Actually,
it from a sophomore that just came
yeah,
into the ball game.
Absolutely. Feet, got to keep feeding her in there, right? And that opens up shots on the outside. Stallworth with the ball. Dribble drives over to the right side, gives it up to number 11, DeMuro.
See this little weave.
Yeah. Nice. Knocked away by number 14 for the Eagles, Caitlin Winscombe. I know they're doing the weave, trying to get an open shot.
But they've done a very nice job defending that. The bright side, Mike, Madeira scored 8 points this quarter already.
Yep. Yeah. Turnover goes to the Eagles.
Nice pass.
Williams gives it up to Hills. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound Kirk. Knocked out of bounds off of Kirk. Amazon's ball.
The thing about that play, you got to like Asia Williams could have taken that shot, right? She backed
gave it
up.
up.
She gave it up.
Looks like we got some sisters on the Amazon team, Chris. We got
We do.
Elise Bird.
And Kayla Bird,
And a
14.
Kayla Bird.
Elise is number 3.
Kayla's number 14. Milford
Yeah.
guarding tight, staying in that pressure defense. Ball knocked away by Williams. Oh, nice.
Nice
got
pass.
it back. Thrown out of bounds. Turnover, Amazons.
One mistake that the Amazons are making, Mike, and you can see it like in that last possession. A player caught the ball and dribbled to the corner. What
Yeah.
happened there?
Well, you got a fast break. The Amazons, they didn't do anything. Milford took a fast break all the way up the court. But you're right, Chris. You get in that corner, that's
where they want
the
you to
defender,
go.
right?
Nice move.
Offensive rebound up and in. That's Hills again.
She's had a very nice game.
Lead back up to 30, 40-10. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. You know, Chris, we talked about Madeira building on the second half of the game, and you're right, they've come out and they've already scored 8 points in this third quarter. Nice pass into the middle, knocked away by number 3, Kirk. She passes it off to Hills. Hills dribble drives, gets it to Williams. Williams going to take it in, passes
Good
out.
pass.
Nice.
Good pass.
Number 4, nice friendly bounce. Emily Betts with that. We got timeout on the court. 30-second timeout. Madeira, 1:43 to go in the third quarter. Lead back up to 32 points, Chris.
Yeah, Asia Williams right there kind of broke down the defense, kicked out to a nice 8-footer. And again, one thing that you've seen from the Milford shooters, nice touch.
Yeah. Yeah,
They've
you know,
hit those open shots tonight.
You're seeing, you know, between 8 and 10 foot out, Madeira's been pretty consistent. And they mix in a couple threes and get the ball. So yeah, they're I think if you're Coach Fallis, you're pretty happy with what you've seen so far.
Oh, there's no question. And for Coach Klein, You know, I talked to a lot of coaches and parents. He really has to prepare the girls for late February.
Yeah,
right.
right.
I mean, he's still trying to find the identity, some scoring. When will they be their best? I don't know. Hopefully mid to late February. Where the competition should be a little bit easier.
It's not important right now, right?
No.
To your point, Chris, you're building to get ready for February and build confidence. Good ball moving by the Amazons. Milford's relentless on that defense. Oh, nice pass into the middle.
Strong move again.
She had it. Take it up. Take it up.
Oh, nice pass.
Looks like there's a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Eagles. You know, Madeira had a couple looks at that basket, Chris.
Well, the one thing, again, if you're Coach Klein, what I would take out of this so far is to play number 52.
Right.
Courtney Culp, who's a sophomore, getting her first varsity action. Strong move, and that was I'd say a good pass. I think it was a pass. Could have been deflected, but it was a good idea, even if it was deflected.
Right. Ooh. Good anticipation. Let's see, who is that? That's number 15. That's Sarah Hicks. Good anticipation by Hicks. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Milford's going to probably milk some time off of that clock. Boy, Williams, she's had a lot of open. She's given up a lot of shots tonight, Chris, you know, in the interest of the team.
But again, yeah,
which
she's
is what you want her to do.
Absolutely. She hasn't really forced anything.
No. Just about 30 seconds to go.
And they're running their little weave action.
Yeah. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound, Milford. Coach Fallis, he likes what he sees. He's over there clapping.
He's cooled down after those back-to-back threes. He started to sweat a little bit, Mike, didn't he?
I thought he was going to call a timeout to regroup, but he didn't necessarily need to. Williams, nice kick-out pass.
Double dribble,
Double dribble. I like what I see about Asia Williams. She is definitely a facilitator for the Eagles.
No question. What I like about it when I watch these young players is really you kind of understand how they're thinking. Right, when she's going through the lane there, as it unfolded, I expect her to do that, and she's thinking about where to kick the ball.
Chris, we'll got a little commercial break here again at the end of the third quarter here at the Nest, the home of the Milford Eagles. 42-10 in favor of the Lady Eagles. We'll be back after this brief commercial.
Across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, helping solve child hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
All right, we're just about ready to start the fourth period here. Chris, pretty much the same as we looked at the statistics, other than Madeira scored 8 points in the third quarter compared to 2 through the first two periods.
Yeah, I mean, again, they scored 8, Milford scored 12. What's the takeaway? If you're Coach Klein, they competed much better.
Yes.
In that quarter, and it's again not that you're not going to win this game. It's all about competing, right? He wants to see his girls compete,
and that's definitely what they're doing. And they're
That's a
getting
good
good
move.
shots. It's just not falling. Here we go. Fast break by Geis. Off the back of the iron. No good. Here
There
come
we
the
go.
Amazons. Good defense there by number 35, Paige Ayler. Greta Davis thought about taking it in.
Nice move by Paige Meyer.
Meyer on the board for the Eagles. I think that's her third point.
You know, it's funny, Mike. You
Fourth
look back
point.
at that first quarter, right? Madeira didn't score, but they missed some open shots.
Yes.
It's not going to change the outcome of the game, but the flow would have been different, a little more confidence.
Yep.
And they might have competed a little bit harder.
Chris, you mentioned Division I versus Division III.
There's a walk.
And that there's a lot to be said for that. You look at the enrollment at the schools. You got more selection of to choose from to fill out your team. Nothing against the Amazons. They're competing. But there's something to be said for bigger schools.
Well, there is. But I give Coach Klein credit. Again, this is the kind of game that I would want to schedule, right? Even though you may know you're coming in, it's going to be a tough game, but I'd subscribe to the theory you want to play better competition.
Right.
If you don't play better competition, you're not going to get that much better.
No sense in padding your record just to make your record look bad.
No. And here's the thing about it, Mike. We talk about Division I versus Division III, but let's not forget about the outcome last year.
True.
Right, so sometimes at the smaller public schools like Madeira, you're going to be up and down depending on who do you have in a given year.
Right.
You need a good class or two, or good players or two, to compete at this level.
Nice takeaway there by Meyer. Take it all the way to the hoop. Good defense by Dusing.
Really good defense.
Knocked away by Dusing. Milford gets the ball. Almost get it in the hands of Williams.
See, would have liked to have seen Paige Meyer go very strong up into the defender.
I agree with you.
Draw contact and see what the referee does. I mean, she's pushing her out, and she's just let her push her out.
Long three by Williams is no good off the back of the iron.
Good ball handling by Greta Davis.
Turnover goes to the Eagles.
Eagles substitution number 3, Allie Kirk.
Allie Kirk in for Williams, a well-deserved rest for Asia Williams. 5:40 left to go in the game. Still a 30-point lead for the Eagles.
She played very well, if that's it for her tonight. Really well.
I think at this point in time, what you want to do with the Eagles, you want to get deep on that bench and get some of those other girls some playing time.
Shot.
Boy, Hills again. This could be a breakout game for her this year.
I'd say so. She's only missed a couple shots. Yikes. See, that's what the defense wants you to do. They're inviting you to come on in there. And then once you do, you have 3 defenders on you.
Foul was on Asia. I'm sorry, with Allie Kirk. You know, Chris, we talk about fouls. Now, I know the score is 44-12, but we really haven't had that many fouls called in tonight's game. So, from that perspective, the flow has been very good.
It's been a clean game.
Yep.
On the other hand, I think in these kind of games, referees swallow the whistle, like you mentioned. Unless something's very obvious.
Right.
Go strong now. Keep going.
Shoot the 3.
There you
Off the glass, no good rebound. Meyer puts it up, no good rebound. Dusing. Over to Ayer. Ayer gets it to Kirk. Kirk's going to bring it up. Almost a turnover.
Oh.
Milford's calling out a play. Will Hills, top of the key. Kicks it out to the left side over here to Geis. Geis dribble drives, backs it out.
Good ball movement here. Good defense by the Amazons.
They are playing good defense, good ball movement, and you can hear a lot of the girls are talking to each other. They're calling out plays, so nice pick. Milford looking for that real good open shot.
Gotten quiet in here, Mike.
It is gotten quiet, real quiet.
Only 2 guys talking or us.
Yeah. We'll let the action take care of it for us then. Ooh, almost got away. Milford using that clock. There's a long 3 by, She's
Morgan Hills yet again.
She's had a great game. We got timeout on the court. 3:18 to go. Milford 48, Madeira 12. Again, I want to give a thanks, shout out to ICRC for coming here to the Nest for tonight's broadcast. Appreciate everybody coming out, helping out. Benny, thanks for coming and being part of the game. I know the Madeira organization school is near and dear to your heart. Well, you had 3 of your children, actually 2 of them go through, and 1 currently a sophomore. So
Yeah, it's a community. We've lived in Madeira since 2001. School's very good. My son Andrew graduated in 13, Olivia in 14.
Yeah.
And Lily, 22? Yeah, she's a freshman.
Yeah. Oh, she's a freshman. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, there's some legacy at the Madeira, and it's a great school, great community.
You wonder what these schools looked like back in the 80s, again, when they were in the same conference.
That's pretty.
I assume Madeira was kind of like it is now, but of course Milford's exploded in the last,
Right.
30 years or so.
I see Olivia Gentry into the game for the Eagles for the first time tonight. She's a 5'11" freshman, getting some PT tonight, like we talked about earlier.
I can honestly say, Mike, that was, I think, the first forced shot of the game for
Really?
Milford. Yeah. Yeah.
Coach Fallis going deep onto his beach, getting getting some of his younger
Probably
students.
think he's on a beach tonight, Mike. Nice look. Nice look.
Nice
Very
pass.
nice look. Very nice.
Up and in by number 23.
You got to like the extra pass there.
Yeah, you do.
Again, they're very unselfish.
Boy, I tell you, I've not seen the Lady Eagles play yet this year, Chris. This is my first time, and boy, they do a very good job of moving that ball around, looking for the open shot, taking the extra pass, which is really what you want anybody to do when they're on the basketball court.
Right. And again, it just shows you. I mean, this team's 4-6. Now, I don't know how much you can glean from a game like this, but if you're Coach Fallis, you're happy with the ball movement, the distribution of the passes, the unselfishness, and they're still playing hard.
Right.
Right. That's the one thing they haven't lost it. He hasn't lost his team.
Well, on the flip side of that, the Lady Amazons haven't quit either.
No, they haven't.
And you know, it's a long season, and you know you're putting yourself on tape, right? So as the season goes on, when Coach Klein is looking down that bench, who's going to go in the game? He's looking at tape to who he wants to put back in, in the future games. So they're building a resume as well.
And to think that Milford, they're on a 3-game stretch against Division III schools in Schroeder, Clark Montessori, and Madeira. So they're 2-6. They're going to come out of this game 5-6, then back into
the ECC.
Turpin, yes.
Yeah. Coming out of that timeout, it's the Amazons' ball. Ball's on the court. Oh, turnover goes to the Eagles. Knocked away by Cup. Here come the Amazons.
The refs really let them play tonight, and I'm sure Coach Klein will probably talk to the girls. Look, they finally called a foul there, but otherwise it's been they haven't called many fouls.
Right.
So you'd like the girls to compete, play a little bit harder, a little more aggressively.
Right.
Maybe they call something, maybe they don't.
That was only the third foul here in the third or fourth period. Nice pass inside. Unfortunately, it was tipped away by the Eagles. Here they come. Eagles with the ball. Olivia Gentry with the pass.
There it is.
There's
right
in
there.
the middle.
Good pass.
Boy, oh boy.
See, they'll just keep running that
Yeah,
motion and cutting.
Yeah.
And done a nice job. There comes the back screen. There she is.
She was open too.
Yeah,
She was open.
she's still there.
Yep. Yeah, Olivia Gentry. She's a force.
She's gonna be a player.
Yeah, she is.
First Tony, a longtime coach at Wyoming High School.
Yep.
Sure.
They're nice. Nice basket.
40-point game, Mike.
I know, Benny. I know. 52-12. Under a minute to go in the game. Amazon.
There it is.
There's the three. Ah! Number 11.
Bella DeMoro.
Bella DeMoro gets it down to gets their 15th point of the game for the Amazon. Turnover goes to the Amazons. Here we go. Here comes number 15 bringing the ball up court, Sarah Hicks. You only got a few more seconds. Baskets, shots up, no good. Culp with the rebound. Turnover goes to the Eagles. They're going to hold it.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
That'll be it. That'll be the final score here at the Milford Eagles, the Nest. Final score tonight is the Milford Lady Eagles 52 and the visiting Madera Amazons 15. Chris, not much to say other than
start the bus.
Start the bus.
I think that the takeaway is Milford played very well, notwithstanding the fact that the Amazons maybe didn't compete as
they didn't have their big score.
They didn't have the big score, the big girl, but again, that's no excuse. It would have been a little closer, but Milford played very well. And again, if you're Coach Pine, the takeaway is the girls played much better. I think it competed harder in the second half. And ultimately, you want your team to compete, whether you lose by 10 or lose by 50, where you have to compete. And I think they did a much better job of that. And look, better team won tonight. That happens in sports.
It does. It does. Well, listen, on behalf of ICRC TV, Josh and everybody else in the truck, my partner tonight, Chris Benatendi, a.k.a. Benny. Thank you, everybody. Watch us. We'll be back with more broadcast. Chris, any last words?
No, I really appreciate it. I love high school basketball, over baseball, believe it or not. But love to see young kids competing and doing the best they can. I appreciate it.
All right, next time we're out here, Milford. Good night.